It's Tuesday, December 16th.
This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
A deadly flu season worsens in the capital. Ottawa Public Health says 3 children have died as a result of the virus.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The Ottawa Police Service has launched new neighborhood traffic units across the city.
Snappy pass finding Stutzla. He's in with Tkachuk. There's Tkachuk. He scores!
And a much-needed win for the Ottawa Senators against the Jets. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
Yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we are about 1 week away from Christmas.
It's wild how fast
close.
it is approaching. I'm going through my list being like, why do I have so many things left unchecked? I have so much to do before the big day.
All right, we will get to that in a second about Christmas. It's we're doing some shopping, of course,
Yes.
and all kinds of different interviews. But first, we got to get to today's top stories.
Yeah, and we're starting with a health crisis here in Ottawa. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area just this month, as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. In a joint statement, Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit say the children died in the first 2 weeks of the month, but did not say where they were from or their vaccination status. Doctors say the flu rate has increased quicker this year and earlier, causing more severe illness, including hospitalizations, complications, and as we've seen, deaths.
We do see flu-related deaths in children in Canada every year. This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
Health officials say to help prevent the spread of the flu, in addition to getting vaccinated, wash your hands, cover your cough and sneezes, and stay home when you are sick.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it, we will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red
Just
light.
days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Canada's inflation rate remains steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. Statistics Canada says food prices reached a 2-year high last month, but this was also the first month that saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in below 3%. That's just at the upper end of Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
Ontario Provincial Police say a 10-year-old child has succumbed to their injuries after a head-on crash. The collision happened east of Perth Saturday afternoon and involved an OPP cruiser. Police say the cruiser was struck by an oncoming pickup truck on Highway 7 between Drummond School Road and Drummond Concession 7. There were 3 people in the truck at the time, and the child was rushed to hospital by air ambulance. The 10-year-old did not survive. The 2 others in the vehicle are still in hospital. The officer's injuries are not considered life-threatening.
Turning now to the latest developments on a homicide investigation that has shaken Hollywood. Director Rob Reiner, along with his wife Michelle, are dead, and their son Nick is suspected of murder.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
The couple was found dead in their LA home Sunday. Both had been fatally stabbed. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. Nick Reiner has spoken openly about his struggles with drug addiction and homelessness over the years. Multiple reports say Nick Reiner has been was seen arguing with his father on Saturday at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien. The city will begin installing oversized school signs sent to them by the province. Because the signs are so big, they require larger poles, so the city initially could not install them. In a statement to CTV, the city says stronger poles and foundations are coming. The signs are around 12 feet tall. Ottawa signs have to be bilingual, making them larger than what may be seen in other municipalities.
Some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. Crews have been out flooding the section between Patterson Creek Bridge and Bank Street the past 2 days. There are mild temperatures in the forecast this week, but colder temperatures are set to return this weekend. Still, the National Capital Commission is reminding everyone to stay off the ice until it officially opens. Last season, the skateway opened January 11th.
And it was a much-needed win for the Ottawa Senators.
Snappy pass finding Stutzla. He's in with Kachuk. There's Kachuk. He scores!
That's what we want to hear. Prior to last night's contest against the Jets, Ottawa had lost 6 of its last 8 games, and things weren't looking too good until Jake Sanderson tied things up with less than 2 minutes left in the third before Brady Kachuk's eventual game winner.
The Sens are back in action at home on Thursday against Pittsburgh.
Nice to see them get a win. I know we had a tough stretch there, and it was ironic because it was as Brady came back, then we kind of went on a little bit of a losing streak. Nice to get a win.
Absolutely. Well, can you believe that winter is officially not even here until the weekend?
Feels like
It's wild. I was talking earlier with someone. I'm like, that's why when people say, oh, fall is my favorite season, I'm like, fall, you basically get 2 seasons in one. You get fall, you get a little bit of summer, a little bit of fall, and then also a little bit of winter. Fall won't arrive until winter, pardon me, won't arrive until this weekend. Temperatures, though, much milder this morning. You'll feel it as soon as you head outside, not nearly as cold as it has been. We are sitting at -6. Does still feel about -11 with that wind chill, but trust me, it's a nice break when you head outside that it's not bitter cold. -6 as well in Kingston, -5 in Brockville. Out in the valley sitting at -7 to start off your day. It is cloudy out there this morning, and we will see these cloudier conditions throughout the day ahead as well. So unfortunately, not a lot of sunshine for us on this Tuesday. The good news is we'll stay free of precipitation, so we won't see any rain or any snow in the forecast for today. Different story for tomorrow. We are expecting a mixture. We could see some wet snow or some rain, and that's because temperatures very mild tomorrow, so we could see a little bit of mixture throughout the day ahead. Looking mainly like some wet snow to start things off, and then more rain into the afternoon, and it could flip back to some freezing rain even in the overnight as temperatures do drop back down below that freezing mark. Today's daytime high, seasonal temperatures for today. -3 is the daytime high. We'll feel about -9 into the afternoon today, so not a bad looking day ahead for us here in the city. Same within Pembroke, -3 in Bancroft, -1 for Trenton, 0 in Kingston for today. Out along the Seaway sitting at -3 for today. Same in Petawawa, -6 over in Mont Tremblant. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Overnight tonight dropping to -2, actually warming up to -2, so not too cold into the overnight tonight. Wednesday through Thursday, your daytime high is 3 degrees, so we will be above seasonal, above that freezing mark, and that's why we could see some rain Wednesday through Thursday. The overnight lows still quite cold, though, dropping below that freezing mark, which means it could be a little bit icy if we do see that rain, especially overnight Wednesday into early morning hours Thursday. Not so cold overnight Thursday, but then the colder conditions are back Friday and through the weekend, but still more average temperatures for this time of the year. We should be sitting at around -3, -4 degrees, so more normal light conditions as we head into the weekend. Not as bitter cold as we have seen. And then, of course, winter officially arrives Sunday morning, 10:03 a.m. On your roads this morning, here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and nothing major to report. Traffic is looking smooth this morning, and we are collision free. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hello, gang. Jennifer Hedger with you inside the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday. And for that, we'll head to the Battle of Florida for this one. Panthers and Lightning, first period. Nikita Kucherov is denied by Sergei Bobrovsky. The loose puck goes to Anthony Cirelli, but he is robbed by the Panthers' Tendy. A pair of big saves kept the Bolts off the board for the win, and Bobrovsky earns your must-see moment. Well, today on TSN, we've got some NCAA hoops for you. At number 11, Louisville takes on number 20, Tennessee, and it all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1 and 5. That is all from the SC Newsroom. Have a great day.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa.
It's illegal in Ontario to ask for an advance fee for any type of loan.
It may be tempting to get a quick loan this holiday season, but you have to make sure that you are dealing with a reputable company. Otherwise, you could fall victim to a scam. That story coming up just after the break. Taking a peek outside through our Centennial Glass sky cam, and not too cool this morning. Temperatures, though, could feel mild over the next 24 hours. Many, I think, are very happy about that. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
Esner Mechanical is proud to partner with Toy Mountain once again this year.
Drop off your unwrapped presents to our office location here in Orleans on Vanguard Drive.
Esner Mechanical and Toy Mountain.
Helping families this holiday season.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area this month as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas to monitor traffic violations. And some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. Now let's check out the forecast.
Not going to be too bad today. Not a lot of sunshine in store for your Tuesday. Minus 11 this morning, warming up to a comfortable minus 3 degrees. Just no sunshine to be had, but temperatures will be on the rise, and we could potentially see a little bit of rain in the forecast this week. Melissa will break that down coming up. Let's take a look at the roads at this 6:15 a.m. on your Tuesday. Nothing major to report. Everything's moving quite well. If anything changes, we'll be sure to pass it along.
Financial stress is one of the top concerns for Canadians this holiday season, and many people may be looking to take out loans. But you have to watch out for the advance fee loan scam. CTV's Pat Foran shares the story of one woman who lost $4,000.
I don't want them scamming other people.
Linda Bailey of Pickering says it was in September when she went online and Googled loan companies. One of the first to pop up was Dynamic Resource Solutions. She contacted them and was told she could get a $20,000 loan, but she had to pay $4,000 in advance to secure the funds.
They came up and I read all their stuff about them. People gave good reviews on them.
Once Bailey paid the advance fee, the loan never happened. She was scammed out of $4,000.
I'm losing my car, I'm losing my home, I'm losing my animals, I'm losing everything.
CTV News emailed and called Dynamic Resource Solutions but did not get a response. There have been other complaints about the company made to the Better Business Bureau.
It's illegal in Ontario to ask for an advance fee for any type of loan.
Angela Dennis with the BBB says scammers often target people who have credit issues and who might not be able to get a loan through a traditional lender.
When people are paying these fees, typically they're being told it's for insurance purposes or an administration fee, and consumers are sending in their money and they're not receiving the loan.
To avoid the advance fee loan scam, beware if a loan is guaranteed and a credit check is not necessary. Be suspicious if you're asked to pay fees or a deposit in advance, such as insurance or processing charges. And be concerned if the company doesn't exist at a physical address. Bailey is now in a worse financial situation since being scammed out of $4,000, and she still has bills that need to be paid.
Can't get my money back. I can't get it back. That's just, it's the way it'll be.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
The City of Ottawa is inviting residents to declare their occupancy status of their properties under the vacant unit tax, as new data shows hundreds of previously vacant homes have been returned to the housing market. Let's bring in Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA to get his thoughts. Good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning. Inviting us to? No, you mean putting a metaphorical gun to our heads and forcing us to declare whether or not we live in property that we own in a supposed free country, and if we don't do it, we get punished? Come on. The ends do not justify the means in this case. We're getting some spin this morning about, since this new vacancy tax came into effect, 1,600 new homes have come on the market. Okay, at any given time, we're not this stupid. At any given time, a certain number of homes are going to be empty. A parent died. You haven't decided yet whether to sell their home or not. Or you want to renovate it first, but you don't have the money, so you're waiting to do that. Or you know what? In a free country, you decide, I'm going to live there maybe in 2 years from now, but for now, I'm going to live in my downtown condo, or I'm going to spend time with family in Europe, or whatever it happens to be. None of the city's business, but no. They declare this is some big victory. We can't compare it to the past before there was a tax. We don't know what the average turnover would be and new homes coming onto the market for rent at any time. Just the spin here is, now I know how that lost sock feels in the spin cycle. Just keeps going round and around. No, I have a lot of questions about these numbers. I'm not buying it. And even if it works, does the end justify the means? They shouldn't have to be able to tell me what to do with my property. And then we charge people more in property tax if they don't live in the house. And if you're not living in the house, you're using fewer of the city services, not more, but you have to pay more for it, because they want to strong arm you into telling you what you can do with the property you own. I find the whole thing ridiculous.
Yeah, Bill, what would be the first thing that you'd want to see come from this with this release now?
What's the first thing I'd like to see with what?
Like with the release, when you see that, when they say, are you going to be putting up your property? Are you vacant, not vacant? What would you like to see from here moving forward?
I'd like to see they put a little box in that says none of your damn business is what I would like to see. No, I've been consistent about this tax. It shouldn't have been put into place in the first place, and it needs to come off. It's not the city's business to tell people whether or not they can live in their property a certain number of days a year. It's beyond intrusive to me. And 1,600 new homes is not a lot of work. The number is not a big increase. The number they're throwing around is how much it would cost to build this many apartments. Okay, whatever. Again, show me how this tax created those 1,600. Show me that it would have been only 2 homes without the tax. Maybe it would have been 1,800 5 years ago because of the state of the economy. We don't know that, but I'm just not buying their numbers at face value. They have an agenda here, and I don't like it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would agree with that, Bill. Appreciate your time this morning.
Okay, now I'm forced to go online again and swear that I live in my own home.
Well, I can see
in
right
Canada.
now that you do. Okay, I can check that box for you.
Yeah, take a look around. Here I am.
I see a photo of your family in the background there. I think that's valid.
Have a good day.
Bye, Bill. A reminder, you can listen to Bill Carroll in the Morning Rush, News Talk 580 CFRA, weekdays from 6 till 10 a.m. And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are taking your comments on your favorite small businesses. What is your favorite small business to shop at for the holidays? We always love to support local. Let us know, because there's always some gems out there we might not be aware of. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll share them coming up. We're going to take a peek outside through our Skycam on George Street. The snowfall is there. Winter officially days away, but maybe a little rain wash on the way before that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking for your comments on small businesses. What is your favorite small business right here in Ottawa to shop at for the holidays? Let us know your thoughts. Email us at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Melissa, you know that shop that you just can't resist?
Oh my goodness.
Local.
There are so many great ones in our city. It's hard to, choose just one. A couple that I love are Poco Loco. They have like artisanal goods, and they do community trade and fair trade, and so they try to source things from all over the world, and they have these like beautiful fabrics, and just every piece you find in there has a story and has meaning behind it, and the owners are just the loveliest people, so they just have some beautiful stuff.
Yeah, that's what I find too.
Yeah.
The local small businesses, they're very personable. You walk in, it's a real genuine, hi, how are
100%.
you?
Yeah.
Right. Can I help you? And not that can I help you get out of here, but can I help you find something? I like that.
And they know, because they've sourced the products themselves, they know every single detail from the products themselves. So it's kind of nice to get that message and that story from it. Another one I love is Silver Swallow. They do kombucha, so they are called bubbly, not boozy. That's kind of their little slogan, which is really cute. And they have like this nice, it's kind of like, a non-alcoholic rosé, if I will. And it's beautiful. They've actually been on the show before too, and they're also very lovely.
I love that. I mean, the place that I've gone to recently, and it was because of Melissa, which is local, is Tinseltown.
Yes.
And it's so great because, Rosie, what you just said is they're so appreciative of you coming in. As soon as you walked in, like, good morning, how are you? And then they just, like, they ask about your day, what are you doing for the holidays? And you know that the support that you have in the community helps them so much, because you're not these big chains, they rely on the local community to do their shopping. And it's so great. Plus, that store we know that I love Christmas.
I just love that. I know, it looks beautiful. I haven't been in yet, but I need to visit. And me, real quick, Perfect Books on Elgin Street. I ordered a book. I said, do you have this book? And they were like, no, we can find it for you. And they did. And they, sent me a text weeks later, and I went in and picked it up, and they were just lovely. And it's just the right size bookstore, not too large where you're like, oh gosh, I'm lost.
Overwhelmed, yeah.
Right, exactly. It's really, really nice place. All right, we're going to be hearing from you later in the show. We're asking, what is your favorite local business to shop at for the holidays? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we will feature 3 more great small vendors you can shop at, with Christmas Day just over 2 weeks away now. That's just ahead.
Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I love that we're talking about Christmas is just over a week away, and we're highlighting some local businesses. We want all our viewers to let us know what are some of those favorite local shops that you love to visit, because we're always looking for those great gem spots.
Absolutely, and like you said, the countdown is on. Just a couple more days before you know it, you turn around and we're here, Christmas Day. But first off, we're going to get to today's top stories. Ottawa Public Health and
the Eastern Ontario Health Unit announcing 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 9 right here in the capital have died after complications from the flu in the first 2 weeks of December.
This year's strain is a more severe strain. Sort of the medical term is that it's more virulent. In other words, it causes more severe disease, including complications. And the complications can range from severe pneumonia, heart problems, brain problems, and unfortunately, sometimes death.
In the first 10 days of December alone, CHEO saw 300 positive cases of the flu, a staggering increase from just 11 over the same time period of last year. Children and the elderly are particularly at risk. In addition to getting vaccinated, health officials say to wash your hands, cover coughs and sneezes, and to stay home when you're sick.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it, we will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red
Just
light.
days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Canada's inflation rate remains steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. Statistics Canada says food prices reached a 2-year high last month, but this was also the first month that saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in just below 3%. That's just at the upper end of the Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
The Liberals need just one more floor crossing to secure a majority government, and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling it undemocratic.
Very troubled that they made that decision, but the people in their ridings voted for the Conservative agenda that I'm continually leading on in the House of Commons.
The latest to cross the floor was Markham Unionville MP Michael Ma. Sources tell CTV News the energy minister helped recruit Ma. And Tim Hodgson says he is getting, quote, a lot of other inquiries as well. Conservative Alberta MP Matt Jenneroux met with Prime Minister Carney in November before deciding to quit politics. That was just days after Nova Scotia MP Chris D'Entremont crossed the floor in November.
Premier Doug Ford announced the launch of his government's Destination Niagara strategy.
We want to double the number of visitors who come to Niagara every year, and we want to double the amount of time that they spend in Niagara.
It aims to position the region as a global tourism destination. The strategy will see billions invested into the region. Niagara region currently generates $3 billion for Ontario's GDP each year. Money provided by the province will go to the arts, tourism, and transit infrastructure. Turning now to the latest developments on a homicide investigation that has shaken Hollywood. Director Rob Reiner, along with his wife Michelle, are dead, and their son Nick is suspected of murder.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
The couple was found dead in their LA home Sunday. Both had been fatally stabbed. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. Nick Reiner has spoken openly about his struggles with drug addiction and homelessness over the years. Multiple reports say Nick Reiner was seen arguing with his father on Saturday at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien.
Some sad news from the world of daytime television. Soap star Anthony Geary has died.
I don't tell you how to run your life, so don't tell me how to run mine, okay?
Geary starred on General Hospital as Luke Spencer for more than 30 years, appearing in nearly 2,000 episodes. He also won 8 Daytime Emmy Awards. He retired in 2015 and moved to Amsterdam with his husband. Geary died of complications from a surgical procedure. He was 78.
The St. Patrick's Day Parade is set to return to the streets of Ottawa for the first time since the pandemic. The Irish Society of the National Capital Region says the parade will be held on March 7th, 2026. There will be a new parade route starting at the Supreme Court of Canada, traveling down Wellington Street, and then ending in the Byward Market. The parade has been canceled every year since 2019 due to COVID, high costs, and a lack of volunteers and permit delays.
There's a new celebrity bringing their A game to Fortnite.
It's giving iconic.
Kim Kardashian is the latest star to drop into the video game. There are so many outfits and accessories people can choose, including the infamous diamond earring.
Oh.
That's a reference to the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when Kim lost her diamond earring in the ocean. Kardashian's character is the most customizable icon in Fortnite history, and I feel like to the two of you that seems accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her hair colors and styles alone, right? Like, she's rocked so many over the last few years.
It's true. The first
Yeah.
thing I noticed, oh, okay, it's platinum blonde.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
She's
and then
been
you
like
can go
pink
black.
and all colors.
Fortnite just does it all.
And also, my first question was like, who wears diamond earrings in the ocean? Kim Kardashian.
The Kardashians, yes, of course.
When you can afford to replace it very easily.
Naturally.
Yes. Clear conditions to start your day off. A little bit cloudy into the afternoon, but we have very mild conditions on the way today and over the next few days. Right now, we're sitting at -6, so you will notice it as soon as you head outside. Definitely much milder start to your morning. It only feels like -11. Of course, we've been feeling like -25, -30 throughout these early morning hours. So -11 is a nice break. It is -7 in Pembroke, -6 in Kingston, -5 down in Brockville. A little bit cloudy to start things off. Unfortunately, not a lot of sunshine in the forecast for today, but it will be very mild into the afternoon. Tonight, skies will stay cloudy, and into your day tomorrow, that's when we're expecting some mixed precipitation. We could see some rain mixed with some wet snow, and that's because temperatures will be above that freezing mark. So we could see a kind of mixed precipitation on the way for tomorrow, and that will start in the late morning, continue into the afternoon, clear up overnight, and then we could see more of that on the way as we head into Thursday. Nothing for your drive in or for your drive home. Things should be nice and clear this morning, as well as on the way home later on tonight. Temperatures, your highs today, -3, so not a bad looking day ahead. Very average. We're sitting at -3.1. That's the average for this time of the year, so we'll be hovering right around there. We'll still feel like -6, -7 into the afternoon. -3 in Pembroke for today, Bancroft, -1 for Trenton, 0 down in Kingston, -3 along the Seaway, -5 over in Kitigan Zippy. So over the next few days, it'll get even warmer tomorrow, and as we head into Thursday, overnight tonight will actually warm up a little bit to -2 into your day Wednesday, Thursday, highs of 3 degrees. A bit more sunshine on the way over the next few days, especially into the middle of the work week. Chance of those scattered showers Wednesday and through Thursday. Overnight, though, Wednesday still quite cold. It won't be as bad as we head into Thursday. Then Friday and through the weekend, again, very seasonal-like conditions. It will be a little bit colder, but not nearly as cold as it has been. And then winter officially arriving on Sunday at 10:03 a.m.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Here's a live look at your drive-in right now. So far, so good on the highway. Just starting to see some slowdowns beginning at the 416 split until Woodruff. No significant delays, though. Past that, bridges coming in from Gatineau are still moving well this hour.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, Canadians have been holding vigils in remembrance of the people killed in the Bondi Beach attack in Sydney, Australia over the weekend. CTV's Scott Hurst brings us the latest just ahead. Here's a live look through our Skycam on your Tuesday. It's 6:40. We'll be right back after this short break. Good morning, Ottawa.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area this month as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. New neighborhood traffic patrols are now out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas to monitor traffic violations. And some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. But let's take a look at the forecast to see if that's going to be the continuing trend, Melissa.
Well, we have some milder days ahead, especially over the next couple of days where we will see temperatures above that freezing mark. Today's high -3. That's normal. That's where we should be sitting for this time of the year. Cloudy conditions for the afternoon, warming up to -2 into the overnight. Then very mild Wednesday and through Thursday. Temperatures above that freezing mark, sitting at 3 degrees both Wednesday and Thursday, where we could actually see some showers along the way. However, don't worry, the cold weather is back Friday and in through the weekend. On your roads this morning, still no major issues east to west. Traffic is just building slightly. 416 split in through the Bronson areas where we're seeing a few slowdowns, but other than that, traffic coming in from the bridges is moving well this morning.
Reaction continues to pour in after the weekend's tragedy in Sydney, Australia. Vigils took place to remember the 15 people killed in a mass shooting on Bondi Beach, where people had gathered for a Hanukkah celebration. We've got Scott Hurst in from CTV News to speak more on this. Good morning to you, Scott. Now, some police forces right here in our country are increasing their presence in Jewish communities following the attack in Australia. How's the Jewish community feeling?
Good morning, Rosie. Horrified and devastated at how they're feeling, but unfortunately not shocked, as Jewish communities around the world have been increasingly targeted. We've seen this from significant and devastating international events, but also here at home, we've witnessed a troubling rise in anti-Semitism through intimidation, threats, and violence or protests targeting the Jewish community. Just this past summer, B'nai B'rith Canada also put out a stark warning saying intimidation and attacks on Jews in this country is sharping rising in its annual audit of anti-Semitic incidents. It says last year marked its highest number documented since it began doing the count more than 40 years ago, on average citing about 17 incidents each day in 2024 in the wake of the Bondi attack, saying statements in support of after tragedies are nice, but ultimately not enough, saying the response now must be immediate, calling for action right away from all levels of government and policing agencies around the country to step up their support of the Jewish community, Rosie.
Scott, Canadians are reacting to the weekend shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia. What can you tell us?
Well, the attack is being condemned worldwide. It's being met by anger and shock, but also a show of unity as the Jewish community comes together to celebrate Hanukkah, at the same time reflect on the tragedy and honor the victims of Sunday's mass shooting. CTV News spoke with Canadians who were there when the shooting began and the chaos erupted. Here's their experience.
Just hundreds of people like running and screaming off the beach. So I turned around and we just started running back as quick as we could back to our hostel. People were kind of like just ditching their cars on the sidewalk, hopping out, grabbing their kids. People were throwing their bikes down.
Ultimately, just terrifying to witness for that couple right there. Now, police services across this country have increased their visible presence around Jewish spaces and events, but advocates say they're grateful for that, but more must be done. Here at home, Canada's spy agency says there's no indication of a specific threat, but an intelligence brief says there is, quote, realistic possibility of violent extremist attack in Canada, including one targeting the Jewish community, Rosie.
CTV News correspondent Scott Hurst, thank you for this.
Thanks, Rosie.
Today we asked for your comments on what is your favorite local shop to hit, especially this holiday season. Here's what you had to say.
Elaine says, I just enjoy all the little craft shops, which are too numerous to name. Also, I'm always looking for baking supplies at this time of year. Oh yes, gotta get that baking in.
Yes, absolutely.
Lisa says, love Humankind in Stittsville, an affordable kids store run by Kayla Human. She is so helpful and knowledgeable and stocks so much cute clothing, toys, and essentials.
Yeah, really cute store indeed. Very, very good stuff. Joe says Holly's Corners in Metcalfe, Ontario. Okay, I'm not quite sure what they have there, but now I'm intrigued on what they sell and what you can find.
I love this. Keep the comments coming. We'll be hearing from you later in the show. We are asking, what's your favorite local business to shop at for the holidays? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, would you ever wear these sticky kicks? We'll tell you more about the limited edition release from Denny's and why they might be a sticky situation if you do decide to wear them. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street this morning. Not a bad looking start to your morning. Temps sitting at -6, feels closer to -9.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
The Davidson family believes that every child deserves a toy on Christmas morning.
Drop off your new unwrapped gifts at any of our 11 Davidson locations.
The Davidson family and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
It's time now for your morning fix, and Mariah Carey is getting set for a big performance. Mariah Carey will be singing at the opening ceremony of the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. Organizers say her music crosses generations and cultures, and the Olympics run from February 6th to 22nd.
Look at Mariah getting in on the Olympic Games.
I love it. I love it. So exciting. So, you know, her hits from the season are just going to continue.
Yeah.
I
And I wonder if she'll do a little shopping on the side afterwards. She's in Milan.
Right.
After all.
Well, Denny's is rolling out a new promotional product, limited edition shoes called Sticky Kicks. So the diner chain says that they are the first ever sneakers made, get this, with real Denny's syrup. The high-top shoes were designed with syrup-colored patent leather. Sticky Kicks will be available starting on December 17th at noon on dinerdrip.com. They will cost $200 US. The actual syrup is sealed in that clear panel and is purely decorative. And Denny's is warning customers, do not try to eat it. So you can see on the side, there's that syrup. So interesting.
If you guys haven't got me anything for Christmas yet, I would like to put a new item up there.
You would write, yeah. I'm like, does it come with an expiry date? Like, does that syrup expire?
Like they said, don't eat it.
Don't eat it.
Okay.
Very interesting.
I feel like it'll do well, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be gone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, these two actors are no strangers to portraying music legends.
So like nuzzly. It's so nuzzly. Really nuzzly.
Kate Hudson shared a behind-the-scenes look at her shoot with Jeremy Allen White. They're the latest pair to sit down with Variety for the Actors on Actors series. Hudson's film Song Sung Blue, which is based on a Neil Diamond tribute band, hits theaters Christmas Day. Allen White plays Bruce Springsteen in the film Deliver Me From Nowhere, released earlier this year.
Yeah, I love those actors on Actors series. It's really good because they will ask questions that many of us just who are not actors won't know to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They can go there with the other actor.
Because they kind of get that in-depth look and that view. And I just love her as an actress. I love that she's kind of, we didn't see her for a while. Now she has that hit show on Netflix, and now she's doing movies again. So I love it.
Back in the spotlight.
Exactly.
Coming up in the next hour, we will speak with Ottawa's top doctor about the tragic loss of 3 children as Ottawa's flu season worsens. Plus, our live local shopping spree takes us to the upcoming 613 holiday market. And is your mortgage maturing in 2026? We're going to discuss what you need to know in our Mortgage Minute. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is 6:56 on your Tuesday. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. It's Tuesday, December 16th.
This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
A deadly flu season worsens in the capital. Ottawa Public Health says 3 children have died as a result of the virus.
The city will soon begin installing the oversized school zone signs sent to them by the province to replace the scrapped speed camera program.
Snappy pass finding Stutzla. He's in with Tkachuk. There's Tkachuk. He scores!
And a much-needed win for the Ottawa Senators against the Jets. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And coming up in just a matter of a few moments, we're going to be speaking with Trevor Arneson, Dr. Trevor Arneson, about something that's really happened right here in the capital. And that's going to be our top story. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area this month as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. In a joint statement, Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit say the children died in the first 2 weeks of the month, but did not say where they were from or where their vaccination status was yes or no. Doctors say the flu rate has increased quicker this year and earlier, causing more severe illness, including hospitalizations, complications, and as we've seen, deaths.
We do see flu-related deaths in children in Canada every year. This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
So we'll be speaking with Dr. Arneson very shortly. Health officials say to help prevent the spread of the flu, in addition to getting vaccinated, is to wash your hands, cover your cough and sneezes, and stay home when you're sick.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it, we will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Turning now to the latest developments on a homicide investigation that has shaken Hollywood. Director Rob Reiner, along with his wife Michelle, are dead, and their son Nick is suspected of murder.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
The couple was found dead in their LA home on Sunday. Both had been fatally stabbed. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. Nick Reiner has spoken openly about his struggles with drug addiction and homelessness over the years. Multiple reports say Nick Reiner was seen arguing with his father on Saturday at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien. The city will soon begin installing the oversized school zone signs sent to them by the province. Because the signs are so big, they require larger poles, so the city initially couldn't install them. In a statement to CTV, the city says stronger poles and foundations are on the way. The signs are around 12 feet tall, but Ottawa signs have to be bilingual, making them larger than what we may see in other municipalities.
A star funk and R&B singer who had hits in the 1970s and 80s has died.
She's a bad man, just as fine as she can be.
Carl Carlton was born in Detroit and scored his biggest hit with the Grammy-nominated song She's a Bad Mama Jamma. He was 72 years old. Some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. Crews have been out flooding the section between Patterson Creek Bridge and Bank Street the past 2 days. There are mild temperatures in the forecast this week, but colder temperatures are set to return this weekend. Still, the National Capital Commission is reminding everyone to stay off the ice until it officially opens. Last season, the skateway opened January 11th.
It was a much-needed win for the Ottawa Senators.
Snappy pass finding Stutzla. He's in with Tkachuk. There's Tkachuk. He scores! Hey!
There it is. Prior to last night's contest against the Jets, Ottawa had lost 6 of its last 8 games, and things weren't looking too good until Jake Sanderson tied things up with less than 2 minutes left in the third before what you just saw there, Brady Tkachuk getting the game winner.
The Sens are back in action at home on Thursday against Pittsburgh.
That's what we need, a little turnaround, and things are looking much better after a losing stretch.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
that news as well. And we're wondering about the weather. How are things looking? I know, but first off, you got to show us what, a weather pick? Ah, you don't have a weather pick today. Okay.
But we want to remind you to send them in to us as well, and you can be featured right here on the show. The best way to do that is via email, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca.
Weather Picture, brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And we do have a milder day on the way. Seasonal-like conditions, but it's going to feel mild, of course, because it's been so cold over the last few weeks. Today's daytime high, -3. That's average for this time of the year. The sun will be up around 7:35 and then set 4:20 p.m. But don't worry, we gain 2 more seconds of daylight on Monday. We got to look forward to that. Temperatures right now, not so bad to start things off. -6 does still feel closer to -11 this morning. But trust me, it is not nearly as cold outside as it has been over the last few weeks. -7 in Pembroke, -6 in Kingston, -6 as well over in Brockville to start things off. So still a little bit cloudy out there this morning. We will see cloudier conditions throughout the day ahead. Not a lot of sunshine for us on this day, on this Tuesday. However, we are expecting some mixed precipitation as we head into tomorrow. So skies will stay cloudy today, tonight. Into your day tomorrow, you could see this massive system. We could see some wet snow mixed in with some rain, and that's because temperatures will be above that freezing mark. So we could really see mixed precipitation off and on throughout the day ahead. More likely rain, especially in the afternoon, as temperatures do reach that daytime high of 3 degrees. Currently, not so bad to start things off. We does feel closer to -11 this morning with that wind chill. We're seeing cloudier conditions out there. -3 is where temperatures will hover into the day ahead. So at least it will be quite warm later on this afternoon. We're expecting these warmer conditions on the way. It will feel closer to -9 into the day ahead, but still warmer than what we have seen. -1 in Trenton, 0 over in Kingston for today, -3 in Petawawa, -5 is the daytime high in Kitigan Zibi. So a little bit of mixed precipitation over the next couple of days as well. Today's daytime high -3 degrees, and is the high for Wednesday as well as on Thursday. So very warm weather on the way over the next couple of days. We are expecting that mixed precipitation, but more likely rain in the afternoon as temperatures do warm up above that freezing mark. Overnight low still a little bit cold, so we could see icier conditions as well. Then back to cold Friday and in through the weekend forecast, where winter officially arrives on Sunday at 10:03 a.m.
7-day weather forecast, brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
Here's a look at your drive-in. Right now, we do have slowdowns eastbound 417 between the 416 split and Maitland. No significant delays in that direction. Westbound on the Queensway, starting to see congestion between the 174 split and Nicholas. And heading west on the 174, also seeing volume from 10th line through Montreal Road this morning. Now here's your TSN must-see moment.
Hello, gang. Jennifer Hedger with you inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Monday. And for that, we'll head to the Battle of Florida for this one. Panthers and Lightning, first period. Nikita Kucherov is denied by Sergei Bobrovsky. The loose puck goes to Anthony Cirelli, but he is robbed by the Panthers' Tendy. A pair of big saves kept the Bolts off the board for the win, and Bobrovsky earns your must-see moment. Well, today on TSN, we've got some NCAA hoops for you. At number 11, Louisville takes on number 20, Tennessee, and it all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1 and 5. That is all from the SC Newsroom. Have a great day.
3 Ottawa area children between the ages of 5 and 9 have died this month due to complications of influenza. This comes as health officials are warning of a rapid and significant rise in cases. Ottawa Public Health Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Trevor Arneson, joins us this morning with some more details. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So I think it's important that we first establish these tragic cases that we've seen here in the capital. What can you tell us about what we've seen with those?
Yeah, so they are very sad. We learned of these just recently, and this is coinciding with a rise in hospitalizations and people testing positive for flu at CHEO. But yes, we've heard about three cases in children 5 to 9. All had influenza A, and we think that was the related to their death.
And how severe is that strain this year? Are you seeing it as opposed to past years where it has a little bit more strength and we're seeing these tragic cases?
Certainly what we're seing with the early rise of flu and the rapid rise of flu is concerning for this flu season. I mean, we have different strains of flu every year, and we have multiple strains of flu every year. Whatever's happening right now is a very large spread of one strain for sure that is causing a lot of serious illness, especially in kids, which is concerning.
And those deaths that we've seen, we don't have the vaccination status on them as of yet, but how important is it to have those vaccines, especially when you see a rise in cases like this?
Yeah, so that's the most important message. The flu vaccine is the best protective measure against flu. There's been a lot of talk about its effectiveness against various strains, but we don't know that until later into the season. The important thing to know is even if a flu strain isn't a perfect match to the vaccine, there's protection against other strains, and there could be protection against severe illness. And that's really what we're concerned about, is serious illness causing hospitalizations from complications, or in the worst case, tragically, the deaths that we've seen.
At what point, if it's you, a family member, your child, should you start to seek some care if you start noticing some things that are going on?
Yeah, I think flu is a respiratory virus. I think if people are seeing real distressed breathing, lips or other things turning blue, these are really concerning things that you need to seek medical attention urgently. Other things like if a child's not waking up very well, like seems to be falling back to sleep or losing consciousness, or not eating and drinking at all for a prolonged period. Those are other times you want to seek medical care. But it can be challenging, and many of us are going to go through respiratory symptoms this year that mostly can be managed at home.
And you talked about vaccination status is obviously, the number one thing you want to do to try to avoid the flu. But is there some other things that we can do in our lives to avoid potentially getting this strain?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really on all of us to try to limit the spread of flu. One of the big things that we can all do is, if we are sick or we feel like we're coming down with a fever, is to stay at home, not go to work, especially or school, really especially not go to high-risk settings like hospitals, long-term care homes. Visiting elderly relatives over the holidays is really important. And then, of course, hand washing, covering our nose, mouth when we cough or sneeze, and then washing our hands, washing surfaces. These things do prevent the spread, and they do limit the number of people who are getting serious illness, and that'd be very helpful.
And what would be your last message to people that are maybe a little bit hesitant about getting that vaccine? Because I feel like that's the hitting home point that you're trying to make. So people that are kind of on the fence.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misinformation out there about the vaccine. The vaccine certainly is not perfect every year, but it's our best protection. It does prevent serious illness in many people, and the side effects of the vaccine are minimal that we see. It's not a live virus vaccine. It's a vaccine with a very good safety profile, and we encourage everyone over 6 months of age to get it this year.
Dr. Trevor Arneson, we really appreciate your time, especially when we see these tragic cases like that, and hopefully to get that message out there this holiday season.
Thanks.
Well, it is that time of year when many organizations are hosting in-person holiday parties. And while they can be lots of fun, they can also damage a career if an employee misbehaves. We'll give you some tips for having fun without getting fired. Coming up next, our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge, I think with a list there of naughty items, not nice items, coming up for our segment. Taking a peek outside, there's some Centennial Glass sky cam, and temperatures not feeling too cool today, but the sunshine nowhere to be found. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is 7:15.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Good morning. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area this month, as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. New neighborhood traffic patrols are now out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas to monitor traffic violations. And some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. Now let's check out your forecast.
Not a bad looking start to your day. Temps right now sitting at -16, cloudy conditions to start things off, and it will be a bit of a cloudier day ahead. -3 is your high for today, so temperatures not so bad and very average for this time of the year. We'll still feel closer to -9 this afternoon with that wind chill. On your drive-in right now, we are collision-free, which is great news. Not seeing any major issues, just starting to see a little bit of volume building. You could see the split into downtown looking pretty decent. Volume picks up past Saint Laurent and through Nicholas this hour. If you're heading in the opposite direction, eastbound on the 417, seeing slowdowns at the split, kind of off and on in through downtown.
Greatest party ever. Hashtag open bar. Who are you sending that to? Everyone in Chicago.
Well, it's that time of year again when many organizations are hosting in-person holiday parties. With remote and hybrid work arrangements, these in-person events can be a morale booster. They can be lots of fun, but can also damage a career if an employee misbehaves. Angela Champ, career and leadership expert, joins us this morning to make sure we have fun, but of course that we don't get fired. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I love that movie, but it gets a little bit out of hand. Let's talk about first the importance of going to these holiday parties.
Yes, sometimes people want to skip the party. They might be introverts.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just too lazy to go for whatever reason. But it's really important to go if you have a chance to, especially if you're remote or hybrid. There was research done last year that showed that if you were fully remote, you were more likely to be terminated and less likely to be promoted than people who worked in office. So here's a great chance to go, to be seen, to be known. People trust people that they see in person, and work becomes easier when you trust others. And so it's a great chance to get to know people, get trusted, and you also can make some connections with people that might help advance your career. You could find out about good projects they're working on or things that are coming, and really get to be seen and to see others.
So what are some good tips in terms of etiquette, what people should be doing when they head to these parties?
Well, here's a couple of things. One is that if you are mingling in the party, don't approach groups of two. They might be having a private conversation, and when you go and join them, it might feel a little awkward for them and definitely a little awkward for you. Does not make a lasting impression. Instead, approach groups of 3 or more. They're more likely to include you in your group, and you won't be necessarily interrupting private conversations. And as a considerate guest, if you see somebody standing on their own, invite them to join you. By being considerate and inclusive, you're more likely to make a good impression.
All right, let's talk about the don'ts and some behaviors that could maybe get you into some potential trouble or hot water.
For sure. What I've seen over my career is almost always when somebody gets into trouble, it has to do with alcohol or drug use during the party, or inappropriate behavior such as kissing or touching your coworkers. So if you're going to drink at the party, really pace yourself over the course of the night. Do not overdrink. And don't do anything that you wouldn't want your manager, your mentor, or your mother to find out about. So no hugging or kissing or inappropriate touching your colleagues.
All right, let's talk about if the bosses are there and you want to make a good impression. What should you be doing?
Yes, some good things you want to be doing is make sure that you're not gossiping about others, that you're talking about having a good time, you're asking about their personal, what's going on in their lives. But after the party, make sure that you're thanking both the organizers, the people that planned the party, and the host, the person that paid for the party, because they may not be the same people. Another thing that you can do is invite people to join you for virtual or in-person coffee afterwards to continue to get to know them, especially if you work remotely.
Okay, that's some great advice. Now let's talk about if for whatever reason, because we talked about the importance of making sure you go, what happens if you unfortunately can't go? It's conflicting. What should you do in order to decline politely?
I would make it clear why you cannot go to the party. So maybe your spouse's party is at the same time, or you have a sick child, or you're traveling out of town. Make it clear why you can't attend. Not that you just don't want to, but there's a reason why. The other thing is you can do is send a have fun email if you can on the day of the party, so that people know that you're thinking of them and that you're going that you're not missing the party on purpose. And lastly, plan to get together with people virtually or in person after the party so that you can make up for not seeing them at the party and they can still get to know you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Angela, for joining us today. And hopefully people will stay out of hot water at these holiday parties. And of course, you can follow Angela online as well on her Instagram or on her website, which are on the screen. Rosie.
For many, the holiday season comes with familiar traditions, from baking cookies to watching your favorite Christmas movies. At a retirement residence in Perth, it also comes with a special festive display, a growing miniature village spreading joy to residents and visitors throughout the holidays. CTV's Dave Charbonneau has more.
It's become a Christmas tradition at this retirement residence in Perth, one that has grown piece by miniature piece since it started 6 years ago.
I do it in order to try to entice the grandkids and the great-grandkids to come in and see their grandparents at Christmas. My favorite is the bumper cars here.
Every Christmas season, co-owner Whit Lewandowski builds miniature animated Christmas displays for residents and visitors.
A lot of the times the residents will help take the items out of the box. They'll help, once I get a lot of the electronics set up and everything, they'll help place the figurines in places they think works best.
The displays help create a sense of home and connection during the holidays.
This is our home now, and a lot of us can't have great big trees and great big families around all of the time. And Lanark Lifestyles is a place where we can all gather, and it's just like home.
And for many, the details bring back memories from long ago.
I like the merry-go-round. It reminds me of when I was, little kid. Yeah, but they're all very nice.
I always liked the skating rink. I used to love to skate, so that brings back good memories.
The displays also now creating new memories.
It's amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah, and it's so attractive for residents and visitors, and especially young children.
A lot of the grandkids will come and play with it, and I don't have signs on it, do not touch or anything else. If something breaks, we have glue.
A collection of tiny details built on kindness and the spirit of the season. A reminder that even the little things can spread so much joy. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Well, continuing that conversation, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, the 613 Holiday Night Market is a great place to find holiday gifts, enjoy hot food, and stock up on items, and of course those treats for holiday hosting. Our next live local shopping week is coming up right after the break. We're going to take a peek outside, though, and still feeling a little festive with some snowfall on the ground. Maybe more on the way. Melissa will let us know coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
SNR Mechanical is proud to partner with Toy Mountain once again this year.
Drop off your unwrapped presents to our office location here in Orleans on Vanguard Drive.
SNR Mechanical and Toy Mountain.
Helping families this holiday season.
For starting your day with us, I'm Rosie Edda.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I'm getting very excited for our kitchen segment today, talking about sourdough. Yeah. It's something that's been up on the rise, I feel like, maybe over the last year, and it's great for the gut, which is nice, too.
Absolutely. I
get what you said there. On the rise. Bread.
I wish that I had planned that.
It is gaining a lot of popularity, though.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah. Oh, man, I should have just taken that win.
I know, right?
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, we'll get to that. We'll start with our news headlines. Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit announcing 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 9 have died after complications from the flu in the first 2 weeks of December.
This year's strain is a more severe strain. Sort of the medical term is that it's more virulent. In other words, it causes more severe disease, including complications. And the complications can range from severe pneumonia, heart problems, brain problems, and unfortunately, sometimes death.
In the first 10 days of December alone, CHEO saw 300 positive cases of the flu, a staggering increase from just 11 over the same time period last year. Children and the elderly are particularly at risk. In addition to getting vaccinated, health officials say to wash your hands, cover coughs and sneezes, and to stay home when you're sick.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it, we will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Canada's inflation rate remained steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. Statistics Canada says food prices reached a 2-year high last month. But this was also the first month that saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in below 3%. That's just at the upper end of the Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
The Liberals need just one more floor crossing to secure a majority government, and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling it undemocratic.
I'm very troubled that they made that decision, but the people in their ridings voted for the Conservative agenda that I'm continually leading on in the House of Commons.
The latest to cross the floor was Markham Unionville MP Michael Ma. Sources tell CTV News the energy minister helped recruit Ma, and Tim Hodgson says he is getting, quote, a lot of other inquiries as well. Conservative MP Alberta Matt Genereux met with Prime Minister Mark Carney in November before deciding to quit politics. That was just days after Nova Scotia MP Chris D'Entremont crossed the floor in November.
Premier Doug Ford announced the launch of his government's Destination Niagara strategy.
We want to double the number of visitors who come to Niagara every year, and we want to double the amount of time that they spend in Niagara.
It aims to position the region as a global tourism destination. The strategy will see billions invested into the area. Niagara region currently generates $3 billion for Ontario's GDP each year. Money provided by the province will go to the arts, tourism, and transit infrastructure. Turning now to the latest developments on a homicide investigation that has shaken Hollywood. Director Rob Reiner, along with his wife Michelle, are dead, and their son Nick is suspected of murder.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They worked throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
The couple was found dead in their LA home on Sunday. Both had been fatally stabbed. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. Nick Reiner has spoken openly about his struggles with drug addiction and homelessness over the years. Multiple reports say Nick Reiner was seen arguing with his father on Saturday. That was at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien.
Some sad news from the world of daytime television. Soap star Anthony Geary has died.
I don't tell you how to run your life, so don't tell me how to run mine, okay?
Geary starred on General Hospital as Luke Spencer for more than 30 years, appearing in nearly 2,000 episodes. He also won 8 Daytime Emmy Awards. He retired in 2015 and moved to Amsterdam with his husband. Geary died of complications from a surgical procedure. He was 78.
The St. Patrick's Day Parade is set to return to the streets of Ottawa for the first time since the pandemic. The Irish Society of the National Capital Region says the parade will be held on March 7th, 2026. There will be a new parade route starting at the Supreme Court of Canada, traveling down Wellington Street and then ending in the Byward Market. The parade has been canceled every year since 2019 due to COVID, high costs, and a lack of volunteers and permit delays.
Many people are getting ready for the holidays, and so is the Vatican.
That's a beautiful scene. A giant Christmas tree was lit up in St. Peter's Square with a ceremony to mark the event. The 25-meter-tall tree is a European spruce that weighs around 8,000 kilograms and was a gift from 2 communities in northern Italy.
40 smaller trees will also decorate offices, public places, and buildings in the Holy See. So nice.
Beautiful.
Look at those. Oh, there it is. That's a good shot of how big it is, too.
that.
It was like hard to see from that one.
That's
and then
true.
You see how big it is right there.
Gorgeous.
such a sight.
It really is.
Yeah.
In the weather world, I was going to say, are we getting some more festive feelings? I know it's going to warm up slightly over the next couple days.
It's going to be a little bit all over the map, but I kind of like this weather where it's more seasonal-like, especially into the weekend, because it allows me to get outside and actually enjoy winter. And I don't have to, you know, bundle up so much. Clear skies this morning, a little bit cloudy into the afternoon. Then we do have a mild week ahead. The next couple of days, it's going to be a little bit messy, but then we have some beautiful weather on the way in through the weekend forecast. Great weekend to get outside and do some outdoor plans because temperatures will be very average. -6 right now to start off your day. Still feels closer to -11 with that wind chill this morning. So still slightly cooler out there this morning, but you'll notice such a break in terms of temperatures as soon as you head outside. It's not going to be bitter cold like it has been the last few weeks. A little bit cloudy out there still this morning, so unfortunately not a lot of sunshine throughout our Tuesday forecast. It will remain cloudy into the afternoon and right through into our overnight tonight. And then tomorrow, we're expecting some mixed precipitation. Because temperatures are so warm, we can see some wet snow early in the morning, rain into the afternoon, then again wet snow into the evening hours. So mixed precipitation, which will continue Wednesday right through into Thursday. Temperatures today for recess, beautiful. It's going to be a great day for the kids. A little bit cold still throughout the early morning hours. Temperatures could drop a little bit this morning before they warm back up into the afternoon. Then the afternoon, a daytime high of -3 for today. So temperatures will be quite mild in through the day ahead. So a great day to get outside and enjoy recess. Overnight will actually warm up a little bit, warming up to -2 as we head into Wednesday, Thursday. Mix of sun and cloud, and again, we could see that mixed precipitation, so we could see some wet snow mixed in with some rain. Rain likely in the afternoon as temperatures do warm up above that freezing mark and hover around 3 degrees. Overnight lows still cold overnight Wednesday, so likely we could see some icier conditions overnight Wednesday if we do see that rain, and then early in the morning Thursday. Not so bad as we head into the weekend. Average conditions, -4 is the high for Friday and through Saturday. We are expecting some fresh snow on the way. On your roads, here's a live look at your time saver traffic. The split in through downtown is still looking fairly decent. We're seeing a few slowdowns westbound from Saint Laurent in through Nicholas this morning. Heading in the opposite direction, eastbound on the 417, we're seeing some slowdowns. There's a look at them. 416 in through Bronson, it's kind of stop and go this morning. The good news is we are collision free.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
The 613 Holiday Night Market is back this weekend with 150 vendors of artisans, makers, bakers, designers, and food vendors for all your holiday shopping. And joining us are 3 vendors, and we are starting with Alyssa Leering, owner of Kilnet Ottawa. Love the name of the business. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you as well.
Alyssa, so I was asking you just before we got on, I go, you made this?
I do. I make all of these things. Thank you very much.
They really are. I mean, look at the detail here. This is gorgeous. And so is this right here. I mean, look at all the beautiful mugs that you've got here. Why'd you make it like this? I love that.
This is my version of a travel cup.
Okay.
I have spilt a lot of coffees in the morning in my car on my commute, and this is my solution to bringing your coffee on the go.
What a beautiful thing. And it's one of a kind, because really no two are made exactly alike, right?
That's true.
Okay, where'd the passion come from?
To be quite honest, I started taking classes during being a new mother at home. I was sent out of the house to pursue a creative new craft, and my husband signed me up for wheel classes. So it all started with a passion for the wheel and learning to create things like the mugs and the travel cups that you see here.
Alyssa, this is beautiful.
Then I went into hand building anything flat and also slip casting these beautiful vintage shapes like the Christmas trees.
You did that. Can I just say this? Your attention to detail is just stunning. This is beautiful. Wow, you can use this for anything, right?
It's true, yes. Trinket trays, they're also food safe, microwave safe, and dishwasher safe.
That is gorgeous. So you're going to be at the night market?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, Friday night is our last night market of the season.
Okay.
It's inside the historical Aberdeen Pavilion at Lansdowne.
Okay.
And you can find a variety of, different makers, lovely food, vintage clothing, lots of time to walk around. It's free entry for everybody, so come and take a look.
Okay, have to do that. This is gorgeous. I'm going to do some more shopping. Thank you so much, Alyssa.
You.
I love that name once again there. Kilnit, Ottawa. Very nice. And now I've got to talk to Bita Koshru from Bita Jewels. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you.
I just see these are just such beautiful, delicate, yet very, very impressive pieces that you have here.
Oh,
you obviously
so
love
much.
jewelry. Obviously.
Yes.
Can we talk about some of your pieces?
Yeah, sure. As you see, I'll have some kind of designs related to the natures.
Yeah.
I use the flowers, symbols, and faces. And my main color is blue and white, but
and white,
I
yeah.
also try to discover a shine and
I'm gonna try this on.
different colors too.
Yeah? These are so, look at how beautiful this is. That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow. And so you are also going to be at the 613
Yes,
Flea
I'm
Night Market.
yeah.
This is wonderful. When you put your work on display, do you feel pretty proud when you stand back and look at it and go, this is pretty good?
Yes, thank
It's
you.
so wonderful. Okay, so you are Bita Jewels, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and we can find you at the night market as well, possibly online.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah,
okay. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to continue
Thank you
on
for
a
having
little
me
bit
here.
shopping.
Thank you so
for
much. Yeah,
coming
thank
by.
you.
So great to have you on. And Carol Brazo.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien.
How are you? Okay, let's talk about what you have to offer. This is beautiful stained glass, detailed here. Talk about your passion behind this. When did you start?
I officially started doing stained glass maybe about 10 years ago.
Okay.
But before stained glass, I used to be a soapstone carver, and that's where the name Golden Paw Designs came from.
Oh, I love
So I
that.
used to carve bears, cubs, mothers, nature things, and
That's where it
then
came
it
from.
transcended, and I started doing stained glass and fell in love with
Look
it.
at the gorgeous maple leaf, and then you do love nature, the fox. Oh my goodness, the beautiful birds. How much time does it take to create this? Like one piece?
It depends.
Roughly. Yeah.
I've done one piece, I timed it and actually had 26 hours into a panel. The panels take a little bit more time.
Okay.
Which I love doing panels, but most of the items that people are interested are smaller items.
Yeah, these butterflies are just gorgeous here. I love the green. I love all of them. And I love the color application too, right? That's part of the point of the stained
Well, I
glass.
find color brings out the mood. Like if you have a gray tone house or monotone color, I find the colors are vibrant and it just brings life to your room.
This is so wonderful. Man, I can continue to shop for hours with all three of you. Thank you so much for stopping by. You'll all be at the 613 Night Market, and we're looking forward to having people come by and visit. These are one-of-a-kind, handmade, local. Come on down to 613 Night Market. We have to thank you, Carol, Bita, Alyssa. Gorgeous stuff here, very unique, and you all are so talented. Thank you very much for coming by here. So excited here. All this shopping to be done, Melissa.
So many great things indeed. Well, coming up here on Your Morning Ottawa, after 4 rate cuts in 2025, what can homeowners expect in 2026? We'll break it down with Frank Napolitano from Mortgage Brokers Ottawa in our Mortgage Minute just ahead. He's standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge, and here's a live look for Centennial Glass Skycam this morning. Not a bad start to your morning. -6 right now, feels closer to -11 with that wind chill. Well, it's our final Mortgage Minute of 2025. So Frank Napolitano is here from Mortgage Brokers Ottawa. And 2025, of course, I think the big thing we saw is rates going down.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, we were hit and miss at the beginning of the year. Obviously, there was an American election, and President Trump was going to come in, the tariff war, which is still ongoing, it feels like. But, you know, Bank of Canada did the right thing and dropped interest rates. They saw the Canadians were struggling, and the inflation report came out yesterday, and good sign where inflation remained fairly steady. Food prices are up, and we were just talking about it off the air, where it feels like it's more than 4.7%. It feels like significantly more. So, again, I think Canadian families are going to struggle and are going to continue to struggle when it comes to the cost of everyday items.
So now that we look forward to 2026, what do you think we'll continue to see in terms of rates, mortgages?
Yeah, I mean, 2026 is a huge year because there's many Canadians that took a mortgage out 5 years ago when we were right in the middle of COVID and interest rates were at historic lows. So now we've got Canadians that have mortgages at 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, looking at 3.8, 3.9, 4%. And that's significant amount of interest that's going to accrue on the mortgage. The payments aren't going to go up that much, though. There's still many people that think their payments are going to double or 2.5 times. Payments will still go up $300, $400, $500, and when you top that off with the fact that groceries are more expensive, utilities are more expensive, life is more expensive, it becomes challenging, and it will be challenging for many Canadians. So analyze your financial needs and get in front of it. If your mortgage is up in May, don't wait until April to do something. Maybe start in January or February, whether it's connecting with your bank. Now, your bank is going to try and get you to early renew your mortgage, which means giving up your 1.59, 1.69 to secure a rate now. I don't think I recommend that unless anything changes. Right now, it feels like interest rates are likely going to remain stable or maybe come down. So I think you're better off to wait, but I think it's a good idea to start 4 months ahead of time. Get some advice, get a second opinion on what you should do. Maybe you want to keep your payments the same, so you rejig the amortization a little bit. There's options out there.
So for people who are still struggling, even maybe now, even they don't even have a mortgage up for renewal, are there options still available for them?
Yeah, let's find out how much equity is in the property. Let's see what options are available. And maybe it's adding a second mortgage. Maybe it's getting a home equity line of credit. Or maybe it's just going to a bank. And, you know, myself, I mean, I coach people on financial stuff, whether it's mortgage related or not. I'll try to give them mortgage advice, obviously, but also some loan advice as to what to do to try and get that debt together so that they can prepare themselves for whether they're buying a house or whether their mortgage is up for renewal, prepare themselves better so that they're in a position to move forward, because it feels like a lot of people feel like they're on a treadmill and not getting ahead anymore.
Do you think there's ever going to come a time where we are going to be able to move forward and things will kind of settle? Because it feels like it's just been so up and down over the last few years.
Yeah, but there's been some good. I mean, the GST and the HST, while the HST rebate on new homes, I think that's a start. You know, I think we're starting to see more affordable housing. So instead of someone having to pay $600, $700 for a townhouse, hopefully they could start off with a $400,000 or $500,000 and build some equity there, whether it's an apartment, maybe not a condo or something that's got low condo fees. For single people, it's extremely difficult. Like, I find that mortgages now, there has to be two people involved. Very rarely can a single person buy a mortgage on their own anymore.
But there are some options for people. I know we've heard of, you know, friends buying a house together, or buying with a sibling, or maybe your parents, you know, help you buy a new house with you as well.
While parents are in, or a sibling is in on 30 to 35% of house purchases, first-time home buyers these days. So, and that number continues to go up. But, you know, friends buying homes together is a good idea, but make sure that you get the legal documentation in place. Should the friendship go south, what happens next? Or should one of the friends decide they want to move on? Like, how do you, you know, do you sell the property at that point? Make sure that you have that conversation before you go into it with a friend, for sure.
So overall, moving into 2026, do you think we have more positive news ahead?
I hope so. I feel like we do. You know, I just feel like there are some headwinds coming our way. I think inflation's under control. I think GDP is still going to remain low. And I think unemployment's going to go up. So I think the unemployment rate's going to go up, and that might force Bank of Canada to maybe give Canadians a little bit more of an interest rate break moving forward. And then south of the border, you've got Donald Trump that is trying to assign who the new Fed chair is. And he wants the Fed chair to advise him before they make any decisions on what to do with interest rates. And if we know anything about Donald Trump, he'd like interest rates to be at 1%. So if that happens south of the border, there's a good chance that in Canada we'll start to see lower rates as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
And we'll see you in the new year.
And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone.
Yes, absolutely. Will, over to you.
Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, our next Toy Mountain visit is to Katimavik Elementary School, where they are collecting toys to help kids in our community. We'll take you there coming up shortly. Stay with us, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is 7:54. We'll be right back. Milestone celebration congratulations for this Tuesday, December 16th. And here we go. Happy 100th birthday to Sidney White. His family shared this photo of him reading his letter from Prime Minister Mark Carney. Happy birthday to you, Sidney, from all of us here at Your Morning Ottawa. If you have a milestone, celebrate it with us. Kids turning 13 and under, or like you saw there, Sidney, 100 or more, or wedding anniversaries, 50 years or more, just email us, yourmorningottawamilestones@ctv.ca. Or take a peek outside and feel not too cool, but winter is coming. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
It's Tuesday, December 16th.
This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
A deadly flu season worsens in the capital. Ottawa Public Health says 3 children have died as a result of the virus.
The city will soon begin installing the oversized school zone signs sent to them by the province to replace the scrapped speed camera program.
And our Toy Mountain tour continues with a visit to Kitimivik Elementary School, where they're helping Toy Mountain grow taller than ever. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
Welcome to the last hour of our show. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I can't wait to see your visit to the school as well. Those have been so great visiting, getting the youth involved in such an important program.
Yes, absolutely. And they were so pumped up because they have a little friendly wager going on as to what grade can collect the most toys. And we found out the new tally when we were there with the students, and there was some cheers and some oh no, we're losing now. So it's kind of cute.
Competitiveness in the perfect way.
Exactly.
All right, right to our news headlines. 3 children have died from flu-related complications in the Ottawa area this month as officials warn of a rapid and significant spike in cases. In a joint statement, Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit say the children died in the first 2 weeks of the month, but did not say where they were from or their vaccination status. Doctors say the flu rate has increased quicker this year and earlier, causing more severe illness, including hospitalizations, complications, and as we've seen, deaths.
We do see flu-related deaths in children in Canada every year. This number, though, represents a very fast rise in the flu early in the season and affecting a large number of people with serious illness.
Health officials say to help prevent the spread of the flu, in addition to getting vaccinated, wash your hands, cover your cough and sneezes, and stay home when you're sick.
We are learning more now about the suspects and a possible motive behind the mass shooting at a Hanukkah celebration at Australia's Bondi Beach.
The vehicle, which is registered to the younger male, contained IEDs, but I also confirmed that it contained 2 homemade ISIS flags.
Police say early indications point to a terrorist attack inspired by Islamic State ideology, but say it's important that they continue their investigation. Officers are also looking into a recent trip the father and son suspects accused of carrying out the attack took to the Philippines. The father died at the scene and the son is in hospital where he has been in a coma. This morning, there are reports that he is now out of that coma. Police say the suspect will face significant criminal charges over the massacre that killed 15 people.
The city will soon begin installing the oversized school zone signs sent to them by the province. Because the signs are so big, they require larger poles, so the city initially couldn't install them. In a statement to CTV, the city says stronger poles and foundations are on the way. The signs are around 12 feet tall. Ottawa's signs have to be bilingual, making them larger than what we might see in other municipalities.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it. We will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Turning now to the latest developments on a homicide investigation that has shaken Hollywood. Director Rob Reiner, along with his wife Michelle, are dead, and their son Nick is suspected of murder.
We have our robbery homicide division handling the investigation. They work throughout the night on this case and were able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case. He was subsequently booked for murder and is being held on $4 million bail.
The couple was found dead in their LA home Sunday. Both had been fatally stabbed. The couple's bodies were discovered by their 28-year-old daughter, Romy. Nick Reiner has spoken openly about his struggles with drug addiction and homelessness over the years. Multiple reports say Nick Reiner was seen arguing with his father on Saturday. That was at a party hosted by Conan O'Brien.
A star funk and R&B singer who had hits in the 1970s and 80s has died.
She's a bad man, just as fine as she can be.
Carl Carlton was born in Detroit and scored his biggest hit with the Grammy-nominated song, She's a Bad Mama Jamma. He was 72 years old.
Some good news when it comes to the Rideau Canal. It appears the skateway could be on track for a December opening. That's what we want to hear. Crews have been out flooding the section between Patterson Creek Bridge and Bake Street for the past couple of days. There are mild temperatures in the forecast this week, but some colder temperatures are set to return for the weekend. But still, the National Capital Commission is reminding everyone to stay off the ice until it officially opens. Last season, the skateway opened January 11th.
Okay. Wow, that is something. That's exciting.
Absolutely. And there are 2 sides to every story.
Detective Harper, is it true you knew her?
Tessa Thompson stars in His and Hers. Thompson plays a journalist who is investigating a murder in her hometown.
But things start to unravel when she clashes with the detective. The miniseries premieres January 8th.
Okay, Tessa. I love that name.
Yeah. New things to watch on.
Yeah.
Flying.
There you go. Okay, so we were just talking a little bit about how the Rideau Canal Skateway just may open in December. The last time it had a December opening was December 30th, 2018.
Okay.
So, Melissa, it's going to be a little bit warmer, but do you think maybe?
You know, it just goes to show you how cold it's been over the last few weeks. Like, we're not even officially in winter yet, and it's definitely felt like winter, I would say, since the beginning of November. Like, we started to feel these icy conditions and snow early on. So fingers crossed, it looks pretty good. Even though we could see some milder conditions this week, we do have some colder weather on the way, more seasonal like as we head into the weekend. So only really a couple of mild days. Still sitting at -6 here this morning to start off your day. Does feel closer to -11 outside. -5 for Kingston as well as in Trenton and in the valley and over along the Seaway this morning. So still cloudy out there. Unfortunately, not a lot of sun on your Tuesday. We will see these cloudy skies this morning into your afternoon today. So cloudier skies ahead throughout the day ahead. That will continue into your overnight as well. And then tomorrow, we actually have mixed precipitation on the way. You could see the purple, the white, the pink, and the green. And that's because we could see some wet snow mixed in with some freezing rain, and then some rain into the afternoon as temperatures do warm up to above that freezing mark. So likely rain in the afternoon, but before that rain, we could see some wet snow in the forecast early into the morning hours tomorrow or early afternoon as well. -3 is our high for today, so very average for this time of the year. This is where temperatures should be sitting. Of course, it's going to feel so warm outside today because we've been just below seasonal over the last few weeks. -5 in Kitigan, Zibi, -3, as well as the daytime high over in Gatineau. We'll feel closer to -6, -7 into your day ahead. So still a little bit of a wind chill, but overall all not too bad into the forecast today. Overnight tonight, temperatures actually warming up. We'll sit around -2. And then Wednesday, Thursday are warm days this week, and that's why we could see some rain. Temperatures will be above that freezing mark. 3 degrees is the high Wednesday and through Thursday. Bit of sunshine on the way over the next few days as well. It will feel quite warm outside for Wednesday, Thursday. Overnight lows still a little bit cold, so we could see icier conditions, especially tomorrow if we see that rain into the afternoon, then dropping to -10 overnight. Could be a little bit icy overnight and then early in the morning on Thursday. As we head into Friday, Saturday, back to normal. -4 is the daytime high and through the end of the work weekend and through the weekend. Then, of course, winter will officially arrive Sunday morning at 10:03 a.m. Here's a live look at your time saver traffic, and we do have a collision right now, so it is slowing things quite a bit this morning. Still looking fairly decent. 417 eastbound, we're seeing heavy volume from this 416 split off and on into Bronson. The collision right now eastbound on Montreal Road between Aviation and Den Haag, and it is causing delays. Other than that, westbound on the Queensway, also some congestion, 174 split in through Parkdale this hour.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, Melissa pays a visit to Katimavik Elementary School, where they are building up Toy Mountain to support kids across our community. That's coming up just ahead. We'll take a peek back outside through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Snowfall on the ground, maybe a little bit of rainfall and mild temperatures on the way before the cold arrives into the weekend, just ahead of our official start of winter. We'll be right back.
There's only a few days left to drop off your donation to Toy Mountain, and today we visit the kids at Katimavik Elementary School to find out more about how a friendly competition is helping grow Toy Mountain to new heights. We are here at Katimavik Elementary School today learning more about their Toy Mountain campaign, and I'm joined with Jamie. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Melissa.
This is fantastic. You guys have done a great job. Tell us a little bit about working with Toy Mountain for your school.
Sure. So this year we started a new student council called the Bear Pack. And part of that Bear Pack is a fundraising committee. And so we had about 12 students or so who were here who joined that committee. And their focus this year has not been fundraising for our school, but fundraising for our committee, our community. So they did a few things this year. And for Christmas, they wanted to really focus on Toy Mountain and making sure that all of the other students in our community would get something this year as well.
And what was the most important message they learned with Toy Mountain in terms of giving back this holiday?
So we did a lot about working with your family and learning in your family. And if you couldn't do a gift, maybe you were making cards or something like that. And we gave them all different reasons. Sorry. Okay. We gave them all different reasons of ways they could do as a family, whether it be shopping together, whether it be making wish lists together, making cards together. And we really talked about making sure that every student and child in our community made sure that they got a gift this year.
And the amount of toys you have here is overwhelming. Was this a full school effort?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We did this year turn it into a bit of a challenge. And so we are a grade 4 to 8 school, and we put it out there that the grades who brought in the most number of toys would get a prize. So they're going to have a movie and popcorn day in the library at some point in the new year. And that challenge has really made the kids, every day we make an announcement with where we're at, what grade is winning. And yesterday it was the grade 6s. Today they're about to find out it's the grade 5s.
So there's some competition.
That competition has really brought in a lot. Yesterday we set a goal of hitting 200 by today. Wow. They're at 225, so now we're going to try and hit 300.
Oh, that's so incredible. I love it so much. And we have some of the students here today, so I'm going to come and talk to you guys about this Toy Mountain campaign. And Haley, I'm going to start with you. Tell us what you donated this year.
This year I donated this basketball, and it bounces. And I donated it because I think it's something that a lot of kids would like, and it's something that I definitely would have played with as a little kid.
I love that. And Ines, you don't celebrate Christmas. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the special toy, though, that you did bring.
This toy was from Libya, and I like, if I was like a little kid, I would use this every single day.
Yeah.
It would be perfect to donate to the kids in need.
So even though you don't celebrate Christmas, you thought it was important to give back?
Yeah.
That's so nice. And when's your next celebration?
In February.
In February. And last but not least, we have Olivia over here. Tell us about why it's important to give back over the holidays.
It's important because there's a lot of kids who aren't as fortunate to get presents. So if you can do something to help them by giving them something that they would enjoy, it's really nice.
And what was it like to have this little friendly competition in this school?
Well, it made me really want to win, but we're not winning right now. I'm at grade 6, but I think we can still win.
Okay, there's still some time left. You still have a couple more days to get that winning team effort in. All right, well, now I'm going to speak to the Salvation Army, Glenn, to learn more about this campaign. And Glenn, as we heard from one of our students, not everybody celebrates Christmas over the holiday season, but this is really open to everyone.
It is. I mean, we live in Canada, which is a wonderfully multicultural society, and so we want to make sure every child has a toy under the tree or something to celebrate with a toy this holiday season.
And how wonderful is it to see schools like Kitimivik come together and raise so much toys?
Incredible. These kids are an incredible group of kids here at Kitimivik, but as we heard earlier, the whole school is behind them.
It's true.
Wow, awesome.
Amazing. And our community really has come together, and still a few more days left to donate.
Yeah, right till Friday. Drop off a new unwrapped toy. Find those locations at toymountain.ca.
Amazing. And before we go, we have to go back to our bear pack because our bear pack has a really important message.
Go by T-I-M-A-V-I-K. Go Timmins!
And of course, still a few more days left of Toy Mountain. You can head to our website, ctvottawa.ca, to find all those drop-off locations. And as we know, winter is in full swing, but it's not too late to make sure your home is ready to tackle the snow and the cold. So coming up, Meg Wright from Right at Home shares her top tips. Here's a live look at our Skycam on George Street this morning, and not too bad. Sitting at -6 right now, does feel closer to -11.
All right, preparing our homes for the winter months often gets overlooked as many of us are busy getting ready for that holiday season. But not to worry, there's still some time. Meg Wright from Right at Home joins us this morning to give us some tips on how to get ready for winter. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
And I love this because I am officially now a new homeowner as well.
Yes.
And you are saying, do you got this? Do you have this? So we're off to a good start.
Yes. Okay, so, I mean, obviously there's a lot of things you can do to help prepare your home for winter. So these are just a couple things.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing, which is kind of a really important thing, is that you make sure that you have a carbon monoxide detector. Hopefully you have some of those. You're supposed to have one on actually every floor of your house. So not a lot of people know that. But in terms of winter, what you want to do is make sure that you are clearing the outdoor vents. Okay, because let's say that your furnace vent gets blocked with snow, then you actually get carbon monoxide backed up into your house, which is very dangerous. So you want to make sure you go outside and you clear all the snow. We've had lots of snow lately. So you want to make sure all of your outdoor vents are clear.
That's great.
So that's kind of the first really important safety tip around winter.
Take a lap around the home, clear out all those vents, because again, like, that's the last thing that you want. And I know it is good, especially next year where you need to have the monoxide alarms on every floor, but still, we want to make sure that we're prepared. All right, that's one tip. What else do you have for us?
Okay, so the next one is, hopefully you've done this already, because even though it's not technically winter, it is kind of, you know, winter weather outside. So you want to make sure that you have turned off your outdoor tap. So there's actually a valve usually found in your basement somewhere. Mine's in my ceiling in the basement. And so you want to turn off that valve so that the water can't go to the outside taps anymore.
Right.
Because if they go to the outside taps, your taps will freeze and then your pipes will burst.
And you can run into a whole world of problems if that happens.
Yes. So the average cost to replace, you know, burst pipes is around $4,000. So we're going to avoid that. And so I just wanted to show you this. So this is if we had like an outside tap. Okay, so if you want to be my tap holder.
Tap holder, yep.
Yep. Okay, so something really simple you can do. So all of these things, just so you know, are very DIY friendly. So, you know, most people will be able to do these on their own, but if not, you can always get help. Okay, so this is something that you want to attach to the outside taps, okay? And it's called a faucet protector, and it will keep the faucet warm. And so you just kind of attach it here onto the tap faucet. Okay.
Yep.
And then this is your wall of your house. Okay. And then you would just pull it.
Oh.
Easy peasy. And that'll keep the tap warm, and it will sort of help to eliminate any of those issues around pipe freezing.
I love that. And so you do this after you've shut off the valve, of course.
After you shut off the valve, then you want to protect it so that it doesn't burst on you in the winter.
Love that. All right, what else you got for us?
Okay, so the next thing you want to do, make sure that you have your furnace serviced. Okay, so obviously you want to get an HVAC technician to come service your furnace so that it's not the middle of the winter and your furnace gives out. That would not be good.
No.
And so often when they come, they will change your filter for you, which you really want to be doing about every 3 months.
Yeah.
But in case they don't, or you want to be able to do it yourself, you can go and pick up filters at hardware stores, and it's actually a pretty easy DIY. Lots of tutorials online of how to change your filter, but it depends on the type of furnace you have.
Yeah, it's always best too, I found too, when you get one, like pick up 3 or 4 or 5, like just get a whole whack so then you do one trip and you're good for maybe a couple years.
Yeah, and a good tip is if you're not sure what kind of filter you need, take the filter that you have in your furnace. There should be one already. Take it with you to, Home Depot or any other hardware store, and they will match it up for you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more tips from you, Meg.
Okay, so this one is weather stripping. Okay, so not a lot of people think about their weather stripping, but it's important to go around your home and make sure that the weather stripping around your doors in particular, and windows, is all up to date. There's no wear and tear on it. And so it's also another DIY friendly project that you can do. So we have this one's for your windows, very easy to attach. And this one, you just kind of put in the jambs around your door.
I love that. Well, Mega, these are so great, especially this time of year. We really appreciate you coming on, giving us some tips to make us feel a little bit more handy this winter.
Yes, of course. Happy to be here.
Yay! All right, coming up a little bit later on in our show, we are going to be speaking with baker, author, and creator Rachel Pardo as she shares her story and some tips and a little bit of magic that sourdough brings to our kitchens. She's standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Delorier kitchen. We cannot wait to see her, and it smells very good over there. Taking a peek outside, there are Skycam temperatures feeling not too shabby, but maybe some rainfall on the way this week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willie Yellow.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
And we'll start right with our news headlines. Ottawa Public Health and the Eastern Ontario Health Unit announcing 3 kids between the ages of 5 and 9 have died after complications from the flu in the first 2 weeks of December.
This year's strain is a more severe strain. Sort of the medical term is that it's more virulent. In other words, it causes more severe disease, including complications. And the complications can range from severe pneumonia, heart problems, brain problems, and unfortunately, sometimes death.
In the first 10 days of December alone, CHEO saw 300 positive cases of the flu, a staggering increase from just 11 over the same time period last year. Children and the elderly are particularly at risk. In addition to getting vaccinated, health officials say to wash your hands, cover coughs and sneezes, and to stay home when you're sick.
New neighborhood traffic patrols are out. Ottawa police are putting officers on the roads in specific areas and will be on the lookout for those with a heavy foot on the gas pedal, as well as other traffic violations.
Whether that's stunt driving, whether that's impaired driving, whether that's distracted, you name it, we will hear and we will see where the community needs us and wants us the most, and that's where we'll focus our time.
Police say this was in the works prior to the provincial ban on speed cameras. Some are praising the move.
I was hit by a car back in August, just crossing at a red light.
Just days after my birthday.
Yeah. The guy was turning right on a red and just looking the other way.
The units are part of the new policing strategy and deployment model as police move to 4 full-service districts, dividing the city into west, central, south, and east quadrants.
Canada's inflation rate remained steady in November, rising 2.2% on a year-over-year basis. That figure was unchanged from October. Statistics Canada says food prices reached a 2-year high last month, but this was also the first month that we saw the core measures of inflation, which removes the more volatile items, come in below 3%. That's just at the upper end of the Bank of Canada's inflation control range.
The Liberals need just one more floor crossing to secure a majority government, and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is calling it undemocratic.
I'm very troubled that they made that decision, but the people in their ridings voted for the Conservative agenda that I'm continually leading on in the House of Commons.
The latest to cross the floor was Markham Unionville MP Michael Ma. Sources tell CTV News the energy minister helped recruit Ma, and Tim Hodgson says he is getting, quote, a lot of other inquiries as well. Conservative Alberta MP Matt Jeneroux met with Prime Minister Carney in November before deciding to quit politics. That was just days after Nova Scotia MP Chris D'Entremont crossed the floor in November.
Premier Doug Ford announced the launch of his government's Destination Niagara strategy.
We want to double the number of visitors who come to Niagara every year, and we want to double the amount of time that they spend in Niagara.
It aims to position the region as a global tourism destination. The strategy will see billions invested into the area. Niagara region currently generates $3 billion for Ontario's GDP each year. Money provided by the province will go to the arts, tourism, and transit infrastructure. An Australian runner has rewritten the record books at the bottom of the world.
It's so hard. Wow. Oh my God, that is unlike anything I've ever done. I've done marathons before, but that is, so tough. So tough.
So tough, but she did it. Catherine Drysdale is the first female champion in the 20 years of the Antarctic Ice Marathon. All of the runners braved strong winds and temperatures around minus 15 Celsius.
The Antarctic Ice Marathon is the world's southernmost marathon, and it takes place about 965 kilometers away from the South Pole. The marathon isn't tough enough, Rosie. We're going up there in minus 15-degree conditions.
Wow. What kind of heating devices do they have to keep the fingers and the feet warm? Because it's not like they're going out for a 5K, so they can get it done 20 minutes, they're out of there, what have you. This is hours.
It's hours, and I found too, like with the wind chill and the windsuits, they're like right out in the open. That wind like hammering on your hands and your feet. Yeah. I am interested to see what they use. And I think Melissa would also like to know, because Melissa, we know that you like to stay nice and cozy.
Oh, I have all the heated elements. I have heated socks, I have heated gloves, and a heated vest. So I make sure I'm heated when I'm outside. I just need a heated toque. Maybe they have such a thing, I don't even know. But I am well prepared. The good news is I won't need any of that over the next few days, as we are dealing with milder temperatures today, which will continue. Even the weekend is looking pretty warm as well. Currently sitting at -6 still here in Ottawa, so we haven't moved temperature-wise. Feels still closer to -9, -10 this morning. It's -5 in Cornwall, Montreal, as well as in Trenton. So temperatures really ranging from -5 to -6 in our region. Still a little cloudy to start off your day. The good news is it will remain cloudy into the afternoon. Not a ton of sunshine on the way for us today, but we do have mixed precipitation tomorrow. So we could see some wet snow, freezing rain, or even some rain, and that's because temperatures fairly mild, especially into the afternoon. So just depending on when we see this precipitation, it could be some wet snow, some freezing rain, but likely rain into the afternoon. Today's high -3, so temperatures average for this time of the year. This is where we should be sitting. Of course, it's just been bitterly cold over the last few weeks. Still will feel closer to -6, -7 in through your afternoon. -3 is also the high in the valley. -1 for Trenton, 0 in Kingston, -3 out in Petawawa, -6 is your high in Mont Tremblant. So here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Mild conditions over the next 3 days. -3 for today, warming up tonight to -2 as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. 3 degrees are the daytime high. Mix of sun and cloud. Again, that mixed precipitation. We could see some rain mixed in with some wet snow in the forecast. Icy conditions overnight Wednesday as temps will fall to -10, but not so bad for Thursday. Then Friday and through the weekend, very average again. Some snow on the way to end off the work week and in through the weekend. And of course, winter officially arrives Sunday at 10:03 a.m. And then Monday, we get 2 extra seconds of sunlight.
Weather brought to you by Yekendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
The collision eastbound on Montreal Road has been cleared now, but still seeing a bit of volume in that area. We also have slowdowns eastbound on the 417 between Moody and Bronson this morning. Canadian baker, author, creator of beloved sourdough starter, Sourdough Enzo. Rachel Pardo is here with us this morning, and she is decorating this beautiful sourdough.
Yes, I am.
So lovely to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, this is a work of art. Can you tell me first what you were doing to this loaf of sourdough?
So this is a loaf of sourdough that has been in the freezer for about 60 minutes. So that helps to harden the dough.
Okay.
And it makes it really easy to score, so I can take my time scoring. If you don't freeze it, it'll just kind of start splaying.
Okay, so the freezing is important. It's an important tip.
It is. If you want to do a decorative score like this and take your time, absolutely.
Wow.
So I've dusted this dough with black cocoa.
Okay.
And once baked, it'll turn out quite dark, just like that.
Look at how stunning that is. So then you could just kind of create your pattern and the work of art that you want it to look like?
Exactly, yeah. And so
much
I
fun.
sometimes draw a design beforehand, or sometimes I just freehand it.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. And is it kind of a labor of love? Like, does it take some time to score this artwork inside?
Oh, absolutely. If I had a bakery, I probably wouldn't be spending as much time decorating the loaves as I do.
Okay.
But no, it's quite a joy. It brings a lot of joy and peace into my life.
I love that. Tell us about your book.
Right, so my book, Sourdough Everything, it's available for pre-order now.
Okay.
It contains 70 unique and delicious recipes made with sourdough. So it's got basic loaves, loaves with inclusions like jalapeno cheddar, cinnamon raisin, enriched loaves. It's got a chapter on buns and rolls, sweetbreads, flatbreads, like the sourdough focaccia here.
Okay, yeah, so you have some of them on display here.
I do,
Since we're eyeing this one, let's talk about what this deliciousness is, because this looks like something I would love to serve on Christmas morning.
So this is my basic cinnamon roll recipe. Yeah, and what I've done, instead of kind of slicing it and putting it in a pan, is I have created a circle and cut it into little discs to make a wreath. So it can be a little bit of a centerpiece.
Can I serve some up to my co-host who has been salivating over this all morning? Am I supposed to cut it?
Go for it.
Am I supposed to cut it?
You can go in with your fingers if you want to. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, do you want to just grab that one? Let me know if you need a little bit of help cutting it.
There you go.
It just
There
kind of
you go.
pulls apart.
I'd like to know that I've been excited to try this ever since you arrived here.
Yes.
And I've been patiently waiting.
We've had so many guests kind of lining up and just eyeing your creations this morning. What is it about sourdough that people just love?
Well, I think that I guess it brings a lot of calm into people's lives. Sourdough requires a degree of patience.
Okay.
So I think it makes people slow down a little bit and really appreciate the process.
It's also good for your gut.
It is good for your gut. Yeah, it's got a lot of healthy bacteria that aids digestion. So
so it's kind of like if you're going to eat the bread, sourdough's the bread you want to eat.
Definitely.
I know Taylor Swift is a huge fan of creating sourdough bread. She's been talking about it over the last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like popularity, Will has almost done that, by the way.
Oh, look at that.
So good.
Are you going to go in for seconds, maybe?
Maybe. It is the holiday season.
Is it like a 2 thumbs
absolutely.
up?
It's a 2, it's a 15 out of 10. I mean, because we eat sourdough.
We do, yeah.
Exclusively when it comes to bread. And cinnamon buns is my
Did you
enemy, so
know
it's
that
perfect.
you could create a sourdough cinnamon bun?
Not till today.
There you go.
Amazing. Okay, let's talk about the other one, because this looks more like it's more savory than
It is,
sweet.
yeah. So this is one of my flatbread recipes. It's one of my favorite recipes. It's a rosemary tomato focaccia, and you can slice it, eat it like a sandwich, or you can, just tear some out and eat it as is.
Oh, I feel like with just a little bit of olive oil drizzled on it, it would be so delicious.
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, I love it so much. Okay, tell us more about how you would then go about baking this once you're done the pattern.
Yeah, so once you're done the pattern, you would pop it in a very hot oven, in a Dutch oven. And I usually pop it in for 7 minutes. Then I pull it out and I do what's called the expansion score, which allows the dough to really rise.
Is it like this?
Yeah, this right here is the expansion score. This is the decorative score. Pop it in the oven for 7 minutes and then do the expansion score so it controls where exactly the dough expands so you're not ruining your design.
Amazing. And do you have all these kind of tips and tricks inside your book?
I do. There's a whole chapter on decorating sourdough. So there's a segment on scoring. There's a segment on seed designs. You can create designs on sourdough bread. Pop the dough and then flip it over and you got this beautiful design created using different types of seeds.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And why was it sourdough for you? Why was that the choice of bread that you wanted to kind of run with?
I have always loved baking and you know I'm kind of your typical COVID pandemic sourdough baker and you know once I picked it up I couldn't stop, you know. I got right into it.
And then you wanted to share a wealth of knowledge with the rest of us.
Exactly.
I love it. This would make such a great gift idea for someone. How can people pick up your book?
Oh yeah, so you can purchase it on Amazon, on Indigo, on the Penguin Random House website. Yeah, so it's available for pre-order now.
Pre-order now. I gotta look through it.
Yeah.
I'm so intrigued.
Look through this one.
Okay. This is the one.
This is the one.
This is the one. Look, it is beautiful. Oh, I see that. Making your own sourdough starter.
Walks you
how
through
to
making
fold
starter.
it.
Yeah.
Basic loaves you can create. A whole wheat loaf. I mean, you can go on and on and on.
Oh yeah. Whatever you can make with yeast, you can make with sourdough. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. And you can follow along her journey as well online, sourdoughrenzo.com, or also on social media. And if you have an idea for us in our kitchen, please let us know. We would love to hear from you. The best way to reach us is email yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Here's a live look at our Centennial Glass Sky Cam this morning. A bit of a gray start to your day, cloudy skies, but temps sitting at -6.
Hillberg & Burke is the official jewelry partner for Team Canada for the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Games. And joining us today to tell us all about it and how to pick out the perfect gift this holiday season is Rachel Milkey, founder and CEO. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Good morning.
Okay, so Rachel, how do we pick out the perfect gift for that special someone?
I mean, I think jewelry is something that you really can't go wrong with at the holiday season. Everyone gets so excited to see a little bit of sparkle beneath the tree. So, I mean, the first thing that you want to think through is, does the person tend to wear gold or silver jewelry? That's a great starting point. And I think once you know if you want to lean to one metal or the other, then there's really some classics. You can't go wrong with something like a sparkle ball earring. That is our #1 selling earring and really spans from girls in their teens to women who are in career mode in life to I even gift these to my great grandmother. So those, and then something like this, our sparkle hoop. This is a great everyday earring. So this is also one of our best sellers. The nice thing about this earring is you can actually reverse it. So there's two different ways to wear it. So this is a really great option as well.
Rachel, tell us about the Team Canada collection and the partnership that Hillberg & Burke has with Team Canada.
Yeah, so we embarked on becoming the official jewelry partner of Team Canada this year, and the partnership is for the next 4 years through to the LA Olympics as well. And Hillberg & Burke has naturally been this jewelry company that we have seen on athletes for over a decade in Canada, just naturally spotting wearing our product. And it almost became like, you know, a good luck symbol for them. So for us, it was like a natural evolution to become the official jewelry partner and to sign on to do this. For one, we are a huge supporter of women's organizations and women's causes, and supporting women in sport through Team Canada was just like a natural evolution for Hillberg & Burke. We give 1% of our sales back to causes that support women across the country. And we also know the importance of keeping girls in sport and the impact that has on their confidence and their ability to transition into roles of leadership in their life. So for us, there was many reasons why we wanted to sign on to be Team Canada's official jewelry partner.
I don't know if you can see me, Rachel, but I'm raising my fist going, yes, go ahead, because I'm a massive supporter of women and girls in sports. I want them to get into sports, stay in sports, no matter what the level, and I'm glad that Hilberg & Berk is a part of that. Now, let me ask you this. Team Canada, I can see here some like maple leaves and some red bracelets. Talk about the actual collection in what you're offering.
Yeah, we wanted to launch iconic, classic pieces that would really allow all Canadians to participate in this moment and beyond. We created pieces that are everyday wearable in sterling silver, vermeil, so that's gold plated, as well as 10-karat gold. And there's everything from maple leaf stud earrings to reversible hoops to sparkly maple leaf brooches and the sparkle heart earrings. There's definitely a piece for everyone in our collection.
Rachel, I want people to know this is a Canadian company, isn't it?
Hilberg & Berk is a company that I started at my kitchen table 18 years ago.
Amazing. Talk about how you got started. Why 18 years ago did you go, okay, this is what I'm going to do, start this company?
I always had a passion for design, and so I started making jewelry at my kitchen table in Regina, Saskatchewan, never thinking that it would actually kind of become what it is today. And the more I made jewelry, the more I got asked to make pieces. It's all kind of started and led to Hilberg & Berk. And then you're looking at a few pictures of, we were commissioned to design a piece of jewelry for Queen Elizabeth II twice over the last 2 decades. So we've had some really incredible moments, and we're just really excited that signing on as the official partner of Team Canada is sort of like this next pivotal moment in the journey of Hilberg & Berk.
It's so exciting. I have to, just full disclosure, my daughter has some jewelry from Hilberg & Berk because she was an Olympic team member, and I have a couple of pieces as well, not from the Olympic collection, but I'm looking forward to, kind of browsing through what you do have available. Quick question for you. How has the Olympic buzz been for business?
It has been phenomenal. We felt that Canadians would be incredibly excited to participate in this collection, and we have been blown away. The first earrings that we launched from this collection have already sold out 3 times.
Wow.
And the full collection just launched last week. So we anticipate that a lot of pieces actually may sell out before the Olympics. So if it's something you are looking to participate in or purchase for someone for the holiday season, I wouldn't wait, because it's been one of our top selling pieces that we've launched this year.
So glad that we can feature you on the show. Rachel Milkey, CEO, Hilberg & Berk, partnering with the Canadian Olympic team for this coming Winter Olympic Games and for the next couple of Olympic Games right to the LA Olympics in 2028. Rachel, continued success to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. Welcome back to CTV Your Morning Ottawa. We're going to take a final look for today at the forecast.
Yeah, not a bad looking day for us. We will sit at -3 into the afternoon, then warming up tonight. And look at the mild conditions on the way Wednesday and through Thursday, 3 degrees. The high over the next couple days, and back to normal as we head into the weekend. So that's all right.
Which is nice too, because a little warm up before it gets cold again, just in time for Christmas. And I'm someone that during the Christmas time, you always got to make sure it's cool. You got some snowfall on the ground, because in years we've been bare.
Yeah, you've got to enjoy, exactly. And upstairs with CFRA, we were taking bets on when the rink, the Rideau Canal will open up. And so maybe it will open up in December. We'll see. All right, take good care. We'll see you right back here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Thanks so much for watching.